Ding, 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 ding. I sit on me wagon and lumber me load. The hotel's the jungle, the camp's me abode, and I'm well known to Blondie and Mary. Me liquor is diesel oil laced with strong tea. The old highway code is me first ABC, and I cut me eye teeth on an old AEC, and I'm champion at keeping them rolling. It goes like that, it's a good song. No, I was always into music. Even I could sing as soon as I could talk, I was singing.
Right.
And Mum reckoned she nearly fell over backwards when there was something that had been on the radio, and she come in and heard me singing it all off exactly the same. And I'd only just learnt to talk. That was in, I think it would be in Cliff Queensland. Yeah, I was born there.
Yeah.
But when I got into folk music, well, folk music is not a formal type of thing, you know. And you break all the rules, any rules that they could say that you got to do this and do that. With classical music, you just ignore those. It's, you know, it's nothing to do with it at all, really, you know. Someone with the roughest voice in the world, and they can get something across so good, you know, and so authentic, and it can mean so much to people, you know.
When the night time's as long as it's dark, and your home is a scatter of huts upon ice, and the climate is cruel and it's dark, but it's time for a drap of the juice further still, and it's time for a laugh and a song. You sing and you fight and you drink through the night till the last of the homebrew is gone. Long months on an island and nowhere to go, and loneliness filling your head, so you put on a front, let a joke take the brunt, and some stay alive but they're dead. But it's time for a drap of the juice further still, and it's time for a laugh and a song. You sing and you fight and you drink through the night till the last of the homebrew is gone. Some people are different, take Pat or take Jim, the two of them couldn't agree, for Paddy would slaughter the truth with a tale, and the funny side Jim couldn't see. But it's time for a drap of the juice further still, and it's time for a laugh and a song. You sing and you fight and you drink through the night till the last of the homebrew is gone. On islands in cities you'll find it's the same, where thinking has somehow gone wrong, where a man with a lot will behave like a clod, and the man who is broke sings a song. But it's time for the red drop and the juice feather still, and it's time for a laugh and a song. You sing and you fight and you drink through the night till the last of the homebrew is gone.
Yes, Harry Robertson, he wrote the Ship Repairing Man. He was a wild Glaswegian engineer who drank. If he drank, it'd very quickly get out of control, and so most of the time I knew him, he wasn't drinking, but when he was, you'd flame and know it. He used to be an engineer on the boats in the Antarctic that hunted whales early in the bit, and he was the engineer, and he told me these gory stories about people walking in blood and on the deck and carving up the whales, and then they'd come out from Australia, the boats, and then there'd be Norwegians on it, people from Glasgow, Scotsmen like Harry himself, and there was people from Sweden, I think, and Australians. And they were right down there amongst the snow and ice, and it was cold. And they didn't have any entertainment except if they could make their own. And well, he said they used to have a lot of prunes in their supply, and they put them all in a vat and brewed up this liquor out of it. And that's what some of the songs were about. And he told me these stories long before he wrote those songs. And they'd get into the liquor, and then they'd start singing. They'd be into a few songs and that, and they'd get into a bit more liquor after a while, and the odd fight would break out, you know. And yeah, the odd fight would break out, and then he said one time that a lot of, I think they were Norwegians, a lot of the Norwegians on the boat were, he came along the boat one day, and they were all with their arms around each other's shoulders in a circle, more or less, and they were all crying. And Harry said to them, "What are you crying about?" And they said, "We don't know." And I think they were crying about what they had to do to the whales to make a living. That's my guess.
Yeah, right.
But that's where the wee pot stove come from.
Blizzards blow when the whaling fleet's at rest, tucked in Leith Harbour's sheltered cove, safely anchored 10 abreast. The whalers at the station, as from shift to shift they roam, carry little bags of coal with them, and a little iron stove. In the wee dark engine room, where the chill seeps in your soul, how we huddle round that wee pot stove that burned oily rags and coal. Fireman Paddy worked with me on the engine stiff and cold. A stranger to the truth was he, There's not a lie he hasn't told. He boasted of his gold mines and of hearts that he had won, and his body sense of humour shone just like a ray of sun. In the wee dark engine room, where the chill seeps in your soul, how we had all room that wee pot stove that burned oily rags and coal. We laboured 7 days a week with cold hands and frozen feet, bitter days and lonely nights, drinking grog and having fights, salt fish and whale meat sausage, fresh penguin eggs a treat, and we trudged along to work each day through icy wind and sleet. In the wee dark engine room, where the chill seeps in your soul, how we huddled round that wee pot stove that burned oily rags and coal. Then one day we saw the sun and the factory ships return. Meet your old friends, sing a song, hope the season won't be long. Then homeward bound when it's over, then we'll leave this icy cove, but I always will remember that little iron stove. In the wee dark engine room, where the chill seeps in your soul, how we huddled round that wee pot stove that burned oily rags and coal.
It was about politicians, really,
Right.
that say that they'll do this and they'll do that, and that they're there to serve the people, and to please vote for us, we're the right people, and then people vote for them, and when they get in, they end up giving the people a serve, you know.
Right.
Of course, the problem is with that sort of thing is that when a lot of them get in, the things they said they were going to do, that you vote for them to get in,
Sure.
they don't do them. Then they do a whole lot of other things that you're hopping mad about that you don't want them to do. But it's about service, but that's what it was called, a service song, but it was, it was he connected it up to the the person taking the cow down to service, and
Right.
but it's all in the song. When I was a boy on my daddy's farm, he sometimes used to say, take the brown cow down to service to the farm down the way. Each time I took a cow down there, the farmer he would say, just leave the cow with me, my boy, and come back another day. It always had me puzzled, what did this service mean? Till one day I decided that this service must be seen through a knothole in the barn door with a youthful naked eye. I saw what they'd been doing to us in the years that have gone by. You hear a lot of talk these days of companies big and small. How could we do without them? They're a service to us all. We're here to serve the people, so buy from us once more. For years we've really served you, but we'd like to serve you more. When you hear a politician say, I serve my country true, I don't know what he means by that, but I'll leave that one to you. We're here to serve the people, so elect us just once more. For years we've really served you, but we'd like to serve you more. So in the next election, when you put your cross on the dot, be sure you elect a proper man, you'll get what the brown cow got. We're here to serve the people, so elect us just once more. For years we've really served you, but we'd like to serve you more. John Malcolm was a bod who lived in the other side of Brisbane from where I was. He's a good musician, very good musician and singer.
Right.
And he turned out to be. And I used to visit him regularly through the week for quite a long time. We used to talk about things and whatever and sing the odd song and that. And a few years later I heard he'd written a song, and that was one of them. There once was a farmer who lived by the creek. You could see by his long hair that he was a frequent churchgoer, and more to the point, he wouldn't say no if you passed him a jug of brown ale, or even a glass. But better than that would be acres of wood chip and wasteland as clean as the Pope. For he loved to ramble, and he loved his rifles and bullets and meat every day. And when he got home he would roll up a parcel of goodies to give to his guests, and always kept watch for the famous devoted protectors of justice and law. And if you like my story, I'll sing you some more. To market with pockets of cash, home again, bags full of cabbages and taters, I do like 'em mashed. And when we got home we get thoroughly clean before dinner, not a thing out of place.
When father got in, he was out of his favourite sports jacket and decked out in tweed. He sat down quite slowly and passed out the dumplings and gravy for mother and me. It's a sweet little story about THC. No matter whether it's classical, jazz, or what it is, you know, it's a language. And,
that's right.
And if apart from what words can get used in it, if you got something to say, you can say it that way if you know the language, you know. And that's a good thing, because you should be allowed to do that, because that's surely freedom of expression should be something basic to democracy.
At work the other day in the paymaster's queue, I was standing behind a young boy that I knew, and he said to me, and said as he turned, "This is the first full pay that I've earned in my life. Your whole life's before you, there's no going back. The time clock turns over, your card's in the rack. It's one man's minute, it's one man's day. The world looks on, then it looks away. The world is a good place when you are young. There's rainbows to run to and songs to be sung. Her pastures are green and your sky is blue. The whole wide world seems just made for you when you're young. Blue skies and green pastures, your dream knows no bounds. Your rainbow is waiting, how sweet your song sounds. It's one man's minute, it's one man's day. The world looked on, then looked away. The dreams are the sugar that covers the pill. You can't taste the inside, it's bitter until your sweet dreams are gone. Then you do find the whole wide world has left you behind in its hurry. Nobody told you, you found out alone, and in finding it out, found you'd always known. It's one man's minute, it's one man's day. The world looked on, then looked away. Count all the stars, how long take. You've seen on the nights when you've laid awake, counting the things you still have to do, counting the dreams that should have come true but didn't. The sun stops your dreaming and one day goes by. The sun sets and gives you a star-sequenced sky. It's one man's minute, it's one man's day. The world looked on, then looked away. Work for a minute and work for a day. Work till you've worked your whole life away. Work for the sun, the wage that you get. Work should be enough to live on, and yet it isn't. It's easy to reason, it's harder to sing to two sad-eyed kids on Christmas morning. It's one man's minute, it's one man's day. The world looked on, then looked away. We'd like to see a world that where wasn't any war, and spent a lot of years trying to help to bring about things like that, and that's where things seem to have got a bloody sight worse in a lot of ways. But the upside is that I got good karma about it, and I think that's worth a lot. Sad story I'll tell if you listen to me, about two men who could never agree. What one said was white, the other called black, and they'd argue a while and then step out the back, and it's on. All reason and logic are gone. Winning the fight won't prove that you're right. It's sad, it's true, but it's on. Oh, when it was over, they'd come back, and then the argument would become heated again. Who'd won the last round they couldn't decide, till one asked the other, would he step outside, and it's on. All reason and logic are gone. Winning the fight won't prove that you're right. It's sad, it's true, but it's on. Oh, how would it be if teachers in schools came to agreement by Queensberry's rules? Could easily be argued the square root of 4 was 16 less 3 plus a smack in the jaw, and it's on. All reason and logic are gone. Winning the fight won't prove that you're right. It's sad, it's true, but it's on.
governments think that it makes better sense to save on education than spend on defence. Could easily be argued that on the same grounds that elections should be held the best of 10 rounds, and it's on. All reason and logic are gone. Winning the fight won't prove that you're right. It's sad, it's true, but it's on.
We fought for a lot of things. We give them support and had some things that actually get changed, and in some ways things are better, and some things that had been gained have been pushed back a bit.
Yeah.
And it's not, you know, it's not fair. And there's no good reason for it. I can't see any good reason for it at all, you know.
Won't prove that you're right. It's sad, it's true, but it's on. Oh, when it was over, they'd come back, and then the argument would become heated again. Who'd won the last